Alright, hello citizens of the Nigelverse. It is Nigel once again, and this is going to be another wrestling match review. Because it is Elimination Chamber season, in fact Elimination Chamber is on Saturday. Excuse me, I figured, heard, and right off the bat, just to let you know, my predictions for Elimination Chamber that will be coming out tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. But because it's Elimination Chamber, I figured I'd have to get at least one, and and I'm gonna try to do one Elimination Chamber match during the season before the month is over. It'll probably happen after this Saturday's event because my schedule, at least for here on YouTube, is pretty much booked. I'd, um, but I figured I'd also try to look at a match from Elimination Chamber events. And you know what? What would happen in 2014 when two of the biggest factions at the time and both kind of fighting for dominance? What would happen when they finally collided? Let's find out. I'm of course talking about the Shield versus the Wyatt family at Elimination Chamber 2014. So, as always, I am not professional wrestling reviewer, analyst, or anything like that. Just a man who enjoys a good time, and I had a fantastic time with this match. This match was a whole lot of fun. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Oh, um, so if you've seen these reviews of mine before, you kind of already know how this works. If you haven't, I'm going to be talking about what I liked and disliked about the match. So starting with what I liked, essentially everything really. Like this match was a lot of fun, kind of a dream match in a way. Like the Shield had been and there for about a year or at this point. And of course they debuted at Survivor Series 2012. Fell out CM Punk against Ryback and everything. So they had been there since then. And meanwhile, the Wyatt family, they had started in NXT, but had just been called up to the main roster not too long ago. Almost I think about only a matter of months into their main roster call up. So not too long on the main roster thus far, but both teams slowly taking over the main roster. Or well, not really slowly, but the Shield has been like, hey, they've been established at least on the main roster, or very much dominant, and while on the main roster, or essentially ruling with an iron fist. This I think was around the time where the cracks were beginning to show, where like Dean and Roman were having their at least in kayfabe disagreements and stuff but then meanwhile the Wyatt family on the rise and everything, and really starting to take over as well, just for it to be all undone by a man known as John Cena. But we're not quite there yet. And so these two teams who had been feuding up to this point, including the Shield even parodying the Wyatt family with I believe it was Seth who came out with the sheet mask, and Roman sitting in the chair with the rocking chair with the lantern and everything, parodying the Wyatt family's entrance. Not the last time the Wyatt family would be parodied. He'd but yeah, so interesting feud heading into this point. And these two teams have been going at it, and they went at it in this match. And this match, like I said, just a lot of fun. Like really showcasing both the teams. Like from the jump, even from before the bell rings, where they're both getting each other's faces. Especially Ambrose, who while Ambrose still kind of taking the back seat as like the leader, like the de facto leader. Now Roman, they're kind of trying to paint Roman as leader of the Shield because of course they are. And this is when you can kind of tell Roman's being set up for bigger things. But even though Dean kind of taking that backseat as kind of like the de facto leader, still kind of acting as the mouthpiece, still really jaw jacking, and kind of playing more into that lunatic fringe side of his as time goes on within the Shield, but the Shield and the Wyatt family going at it in that regard. Heard a lot of fun moments. The Wyatt family pretty dominant, and but the Shield gained some dominance in as well. Both teams really taking each other to asking. The fans are definitely into it. And then the end, things just go absolutely. He's steaming on ahead, and it is awesome, including Luke Harper with a dive to the outside. A man Luke Harper's size, which of course, rest in peace, not just to Luke Harper, but to Bray Wyatt. It's insane that two of the people in this match are no longer with us, and that's wow, that is insane and heartbreaking to think about. But Luke Harper with the tope suicina to the outside, and then Seth dive to the outside. Meanwhile, double down with Eric Rowan and Roman Reigns in the ring, and then and Ambrose taken out in the crowd by Bray Wyatt, and then the double chokeslam by Eric Rowan and Luke Harper to Seth Rollins through the announce table, which the fans they were chanting "We want tables," and they essentially got their table. Also, Seth Rollins playing it there. So the other two members of the Shield will dispose of Roman trying to fight off the Wyatt family, but in the end, the numbers game came too much for the big dog as Bray Wyatt ultimately put him away to get the win for the Wyatt family. So, the Shield will not coming out victorious, but still putting on a hell of a performance and just a lot of fun playing to both teams' strengths and showing why both teams are as successful as they were. The Shield often about team maneuvers and working together. Meanwhile, the Wyatt family, definitely dissecting their opponents using a lot of their power and strength. And so it is pretty cool in that regard, pretty awesome in that regard. Going back to what I was talking about, but with Roman being paid for bigger things, having him be like the last one standing, trying to stand up to the Wyatt family, but ultimately failing, and definitely setting him up there, and yeah, just it's a lot of fun stuff throughout, and these two teams definitely put on quite the performance. You can feel like the vitriol, like the feud going into this, and the feud dynamic as well. I think is really what helps us out with the Shield kind of playing more towards face. The Shield wouldn't fully turn face until later on in the year after fully breaking from the Authority, and then obviously they'd feud with Evolution, and then split by June of 2014, but June or July, I should say, of 2014. But nevertheless, as the Shield, the Shield kind of playing more so face, you can definitely see them kind of leaning towards face in this feud against the Wyatt family, even though these two teams are technically both heels, but this to show sometimes you can pull off heel versus heel, but yeah, and honestly, my description of it will not do this match justice. Go check it out. I definitely recommend it. All six men deserve all the props in the world for really giving it their all within this match, as the crowd was electric for it. The crowd was even electric, like I said, and when they were just staring each other down, how in that tension, somebody waiting for somebody to make the first move. The crowd was electric, chanting "This is awesome" before the match even began, which the commentators pointed out. Like they're chanting "This is awesome" before the match even began, and then Ambrose was striking first, and then things just breaking down on a brawl from there to start off. So just from the jump, you knew this was going to be a special one and a great match. And 10 years later, this is still a match that quite a few people look fondly upon, and a match I do recommend. It isn't quite the 10th anniversary. The 10th anniversary actually isn't until Friday, which is also my sister's birthday. So you are all contractually obligated to wish her a happy birthday, at least on Friday. But it's still almost 10 years ago. At least to the date, this match took place, and it still holds up. I think 10 years later. I don't think I watched it live in full time. I did go back to watch it later, but going back to watch it again, and even just for the purpose of review here, was still a treat to watch. The one kind of gripe / nitpick I have is I do wish this was a tornado tag match. Like it is a traditional tag match with tag-ins and everything. And thankfully, they are still able to have that from frenetic energy, and frenetic energy. My goodness, I cannot speak today. Apparently, they are still able to have that frenetic energy in the match, as well as some chaos as things break down. And both teams still willing to take each other to task, which is nice. But I think having the tornado tag rules and just having go full on with the chaos instead of having it be in bursts, just having them go full on from the jump, I think would just elevate this match even more. Like, the match is already really great and fantastic, but like, hey, it probably would have reached that next level echelon if it was like a tornado tag match. But or like tornado tag rules, and then the fans probably wouldn't have to wait that long for tables. Which fans who chant that, do you actually want tables, or do you just like chanting it? But nevertheless, that is going to do it for this review. Who definitely recommend checking this match out. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor: like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, turn on post notifications so you know every time I upload a video, so you can see as it drops. Let me know in the comments your thoughts. On the match and my review of the match. Did you like this match? Did you like my review of the match? Let me know. And while we are doing our predictions for Elimination Chamber, what are your predictions? Now that we've kind of got the somewhat final match card, which we'll obviously get into tomorrow when we do our predictions. Let me know what you guys' predictions are on the comments. You don't necessarily have to wait till tomorrow's video. Let me know right now what your predictions are. But nevertheless, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys later. Peace.